Thank you for the talk. I was just wondering, how well did you get to know Stephanie through the data exchange?
Yeah. Very, very, very well. Like, imagine that in 52 weeks, and we selected the topics exactly because we wanted to paint a portrait of the other person, and so we investigated everything that was going on in our lives in terms of activities, and then, of course, as you've seen before, a lot of like things that happen in our minds, but even we surveyed our belongings, such as our closet, our beauty products, and a lot more. And I think that I know her, but right now we've also been collaborating on 2 books, and so right now I might be a little biased because I know her very, very well. We communicate daily, and we're very, very close. But I really have to tell you that even with some of my closest friends, there are details that I don't know so well as I know about Stephanie, really. And really, I think it was also, if you think about it, an effort that we took actively to make time for the project, to make time with each other, to spend time by crafting the postcards for the other person, and to really spend time by reading what was in there. And so Stephanie is one of my best friends.
Hi, thanks. This was amazing. I'm curious to know how it all started, like how you fell in love with data. And
yeah. Well, I think that, again, in retrospect, I think that I've always been a data collector. I lately tell this anecdote that my mom keeps on reminding me that when I was a little child, I used to spend a lot of time on my grandmother's tailor shop. She was a seamstress, and my biggest pleasure was to reorganize her buttons, her threads, all of their belonging according to sizes, colors, if a button have 2 holes or 4 holes, and I got really obsessive about that. And then I used to draw labels for her to understand how to interpret it. And she got very mad at me, but I think that in retrospect, I've always been so fascinated by order and categorizations, and then also by representing things visually. And then I studied architecture. I have a master in architecture, and I think that at that time, I didn't even know back in Italy that data visualization was even a thing. And architecture was my way to merge my need for numbers and organization and structure, but also my need to express myself creatively. And then, I think that progressively I felt in love with urban mapping as part of my architectural study, and then I got fascinated by the idea of mapping invisible layers, even not necessarily related to geography. And so, I think that progressively then I got into where I am. So, you can do it even if you don't have a formal degree in computer science or anything like that. Sure. Thank you all.